Greetings once again, all you mages out there. Duuz-Diz-Din back again with more Fairy Tale: The 100 Years Quest. Previously, the Fairy Tale Guild and the Diablos Guild went their separate ways to find out more of what they need to in order to stop Ignia, with Diablos searching their continent as best they can, and Fairy Tale going to look through their record. Naturally, with our main crew returning home, it was a raucous occasion. But Urza, after talking to Makarov, finds out that most of the old records are gone thanks to, well, everything that happened over the course of the Fairy Tale series. You don't keep old books for that long after so much destruction. But Makarov suggests that maybe Sabertooth might have some information. Conveniently, as Lucy finally returns home after so long, who should she find in her bedroom this time? Because of the running gag, none other than the major members of Sabertooth, who she encountered at the Grand Magic Game, all in her room. What are they doing there? Join me as I find out, won't you? Alright, Fairy Tale: 100 Years Quest, Chapter 124, 5-round match. And you got Sting mirroring Natsu from the previous chapter, ready to arm wrestle. I love stuff like that. And it says, not yet. So you got Minerva, Rogue and Sting, Yukino, Froth and Lecter, and it seems as though they've eaten most of Lucy's food. Pretty par for the course. Lucy shakingly asks, why are you guys in my room? Lecter says, well, it's kind of a long story, but... And Sting just says, your landlady let us in. Lucy says, that was short. Froth adds, Fro thinks so too. Yukino explains, we went to see Fairy Tale a few days ago, with Rogue adding, however, nobody was there. Lucy realizes, oh, when the White Wizard was controlling everyone. Which leaves the question, are there no other members to Fairy Tale except the main members? Because we see those background characters, so I have to think that it was like nobody we knew was there. Minerva states, we thought we were careless. We were told to wait for a few days and see. When we went looking for an inn, the landlady referred us here. So she's making money on the side, like when Lucy's away or something. He's like, she's usually away for about a week or so, so naturally Lucy says, this isn't an inn. Lecter, being the little punk he is, states, anyways, I never thought a wizard from the Great Fairy Tale would have a house this tiny. Obviously insulted, Lucy says, nobody asked you, it suits me just fine. Minerva then states, speaking of what suits you, the underwear in your drawer's second shelf is quite gaudy. And Lucy says, don't just go looking through there. And what is the attraction to looking through Lucy's stuff? Naturally mad, Lucy says, geez, how could you go along with this, Yukino? Yukino simply says, I'm sorry. And naturally Frost says, Fro thinks so too. But then Rogue asks, so, is everyone else back? Lucy says, I mean, a lot of stuff happened, but... And Sting, excited, says, alright, it's been forever since we saw Natsu. So let's go! Lecter says, I want to see Happy and Carla, too. And Froth adds, Froth does, too. We now pick up at the Fairy Tale Guild, where Urza welcomes the members of Sabertooth, saying, well, speak of the devil, we were just talking about you. And here I went and wrote a letter for you. But it seems I was worried for nothing. But as Minerva and Sting look at the letter, they go pale. Rogue and Minerva look at the letter. Rogue is speechless as Minerva says, it's better that you didn't send this. It looks like you're picking a fight. What did she write? Even Lecter says the writing is terrible. Makarov says, as I recall, Sabertooth has what could be called the greatest library on the continent. Really? Sting says, so you know about that. Lecter adds, the great study hall of Saber is the pride of our historic guild. Yep. So Sabertooth's been around for that long, huh? Rogue asks, you want to conduct research there? Gray gives Froth a cute little smile and says it has to do with the job we're on. And Rogue gets mad saying, don't show such a weird face to Froth. Although it kinda just looks like he's imitating Froth's face. Yukino adds, I'm terribly sorry, but the great study hall of Saber is not open to the public. Natsu gets a little too chummy with Yukino, saying, come on, don't say that. We're pals after all, right? By the way, what's a library? Oh my god. Happy states, "is a place with lots of books. We have one too, or we used to." Natsu immediately loses interest, saying, "Oh, that's cool." With Lucy saying, "You lost interest way too fast." But Sting says, "Well, as master, I guess I can let you borrow it just this once, but it's no fun to just give it for free. How about we decide it with one match?" There it is. Natsu gets excited, saying, "Aw, yeah, I'm all fired up. Bring it on, Sting." Sting says, "Nah, a plain old fight is no fun." Natsu says, It is for me. Come on, do your worst." Sting says, "Simmer down. We're changing things up a bit. We're having a 5-on-5 game." Wait, are they leaving out Frosh? He explains, "The content of the game changes with each round, but we decide the content and the rules. If you guys can beat us 3 times, we'll lend you the Great Study Hall of Saber." Erza says, "I see. We may be disadvantaged, but they did say it's off limits, so we have no choice." Yeah, you want to use their stuff, you gotta work under their terms. Makes a bit of sense. Sting goes on to say, "With all that said, you're free to choose whichever members you want." Gray says, "Sounds good. Count me in." And Wendy's saying, "I'll do my best." Sting shouts, "First off, round 1, an Exceed popularity contest." Rogue immediately says, "Representing Saber, it's Frosh." Was not expecting this. Lecter says excitedly, "Frosh, grab that win with your cunning charm." Frosh says, "Fro will do Fro's best." So cute. Wendy nervously says, "An Exceed exclusive game already?" Carla says, disinterested, "I'm not doing it." Panther Lily similarly says, "Me neither. Cuteness has nothing to do with me." Kinda true. He's adorable, but he's at his best when he's hulked out. Happy, seeing his opportunity, says, "Even I have confidence in my own charms. I'm the mascot character after all." Natsu says excitedly, "That's right, Happy strong." Happy jumps in saying, "I accept your challenge, Frosh." Froth adds, "Fro thinks so too." Rogue states angrily, "There's no way Frosh can lose." Sting explains, "The rules are simple. Just ask the people of Magnolia which of you is the cutest in a street interview." Lucy says haughtily, "Magnolia's Happy's home. Is that really fair?" Happy, with confidence, says, "Well, I'm not worried. Oh, I know exactly where this is going. The problem is that people know Happy. Not to mention, let's be honest, the fact that Frosh is wearing a cute little cat suit, people love that shit. If it was just Frosh looking regular, it'd be like, okay, it'd be a bit of a tie. But Frosh in the adorable little suit, and people knowing that Happy can be a little bit of a butt, I know where this is going." Yep, there it is. Man, they gave Frosh so many points, they actually had to add on more paper. Sting says excitedly, "Frosh is the winner!" While Rogue is hugging Frosh, saying, "You did it! You did so well, Frosh!" Meanwhile, Happy's confidence is absolutely destroyed. Minerva tells Erza that's 1-0, with Erza just holding in her anger. Meanwhile, Happy is dejected, saying, "I'm not popular?" Natsu tells him, "Who cares what they say? When it comes to being blue, you're the strongest." That is the most Natsu thing to say. With Lucy saying, "How is that comforting exactly?" Sting then calls out, "Round 2. A shadow stepping contest against Rogue. Whoever steps on the opponent's shadow first wins." Oh no, Rogue says that whoever steps on the opponent's shadow first wins. Frosh says, "You can do it, Rogue." Gray, already half naked, says, "Leave this one to me. I was great at this as a kid." With Juvia cheering him on, saying, "Gray, Rogue is a wizard who controls shadows." And Gray realizes his mistake too late, as the match has already started, with Sting shouting, "Begin!" And Gray desperately tries to step on Rogue's shadow, while Rogue's shadow literally just moves out of the way. Gray shouts, "That's dirty. It's like I can't step on it at all." Rogue joyfully says, "Looks like it's my win." But Rogue, he sees his opportunity and says, "I got your shadow." And as he goes to stomp down, Gray thinks quickly and does Ice Make Frosh. And as Gray creates a giant ice Frosh behind him, its shadow covers Gray's shadow. And Sting says, whoa, I can't stomp on that. That's a dirty trick. And with Rogue distracted, Gray says now and goes up behind and stomps on Rogue's shadow. Urza excitedly proclaims, Gray is victorious, with Sting bitterly stating that's 1-1. Yukino then raises her hand saying, round 3 is against me. The game is a quiz. Lucy also raises her hand saying, if it's about using your head, leave it to me. It's true. This is about as good as Lucy could get in terms of a competition. We then have Lecter flipping through something, saying, question 1. Lecter asks, what is Sabertooth member's Olga's full name? Wait, was that how his name was said? Oh, okay. It's that the R can be an L. It's interchangeable. Like, it should be Orga's full name. Yukino says confused, it was, Lucy states, Orga Nanagia. It's like, Yukino, you're in the same guild as him. Then again, sometimes you don't really know people close to you's last name. Lecter then states, question 2. What is Sabertooth's annual festival? Yukino states confused, what was it again? Lucy says matter-of-factly, the Tiger Food Festival. I honestly don't remember that. But there's a clip in the background, so I guess it was actually a thing. Man, it has been a hot minute since I've read Fairy Tail. Lecter says, question 3. What is Sabertooth's member Rufus's secret technique? Frozen. Yukino says frozen, while Lucy holds up her hand stating frozen black lightning sword. God, I'd be terrible at this too. I don't remember any of that. What does it say that I don't remember a lot of things about what what Sabertooth has done in the past? Urza then states excitedly, the winner is Lucy, that's 1-2. With Sting giving Yukino grief saying, how do you lose a quiz in Sabertooth's favor? Yukino says dejectedly, I'm sorry. Part of me chooses to believe that she let Lucy have that one. Or maybe she would have gotten the questions with a little bit more time to think. Meanwhile, you have Lecter throwing up confetti despite the fact that his side lost, saying, you're incredible, Lucy, yep. Lucy says with a bit of confidence saying, I used to be a reporter, you know. Oh, all right. She was a reporter. Oh, part of me feels like Lucy should have continued being a reporter, just documenting. Well, then again, she wrote a book, so like that was the end of the Fairy Tail series, with her winning an award for that book she was wanting to write for the longest time. See, I remember that, but most things with Sabertooth. Boop. Minerva then says, round 4 is an eating contest against me. Really? Against Minerva? Huh. I've never known Minerva to be a glutton. But Sting says excitedly, here it is, milady's field of expertise. Eating? Huh. While Urza says excitedly, I accept your challenge. I don't know, Minerva might have something up her sleeve as she gives Urza a devious grin. Then again, most of Minerva's grins are devious. But Gray says, Urza, try not to eat too much. Urza says confidently, all I need is motivation. As long as I imagine them as sweets, I can eat as much as I want. Yeah, I'm like, if it comes to eating sweets, Urza can pack it away as much as possible, but she's not like a foodie. And yeah, that is a lot of food on that table, and man, I'm kind of hungry. It's like hamburgers, ramen, beef cut, I see like shrimp tempura in there. Oh god, it looks so good. And we then cut to Minerva having immensely packed it all away, while Urza is like half dead on the table, with Sting saying excitedly, game, it's milady's overwhelming victory. That makes it 2-2. Minerva wipes her mouth saying, that wasn't even a mouthful. Kinky, while Urza weakly states, you monster. Okay, note to self, Minerva can pack away a lot in her mouth. Again, kinky. While Gray questions, how did you think you'd win in the first place? Like, you should have put Natsu in this competition. But we all know what the final matchup is gonna be. Ah, there it is. I figured. I'm like, man, that cover. The fact that we had a cover back-to-back of Natsu and Sting about to arm wrestle. And as soon as I heard the title for this chapter, I'm like, are Sting and Natsu gonna arm wrestle? Here it is. As Sting puts his arm on the table saying, round 5 is the last game. Arm wrestling. If you can beat me, it's your win. With Sting emanating power, naturally Natsu's up against him, veins bulging out of his beefed up arm saying, what the hell? So it comes down to a test of strength in the end? I don't feel like losing. And as the two grip each other's hands, giving each other a smile, Lecter says, ready? Go! And they immediately get into it, struggling against each other. With it being obvious they're evenly matched, at least in terms of outright physical strength, naturally leave it to Natsu to immediately start cheating, as he ignites his hand on fire, with Rogue shouting, hot! But one good turn deserves another, as Sting uses his power, saying, oh white power, purge these flames, and Natsu's flames immediately dissipate, much to Natsu's surprise. But Natsu ignites himself with magical power, saying, fire dragons, arm wrestle power, putting his all into slowly getting Sting down there. Yukino shouts, Sting! While Minerva asks him, have you nothing left? So Sting unleashes his own power, saying, white dragons, arm wrestle power! Immediately putting things back in his favor, with Lucy calling out to Natsu, while Wendy shouts, Natsu, hang in there! So Natsu powers up with Fire Dragon Kings. And Sting has a face like, wait, Fire Dragon what? Natsu unleashes arm wrestle power! And immediately destroys half the guild. Natsu has put Sting right into a crater, and naturally Sting, having no hard feelings against his idol, says, way to go, Natsu, with Natsu just giving a devious smile. Naturally, Makarov is like, absolutely like, oh god, the guild, we're gonna have to pay for repairs again. And as Sting picks himself up, he says, as promised, we'll lend you the great study hall of Saber. And Urza says thank you. But Sting, as he dusts himself off, says, but on one condition, with Grace saying, hey, didn't we just win the game? But Sting tells him, it's simple. I want you to bring Jalal too. With Urza questioning, Jalal? Interesting, we're working Jalal into this too. I don't remember Sting having any relation to Jalal. Oh, right. Okay, it was when Jalal was looking for Toka. I completely forgot about that because that plotline, I mean, it went somewhere, but Jalal just kind of stopped being important to the story at that point. And Angel did end up leaving Crime Sorcerer to join Sabertooth to be with her little sister. So much has happened over the course of the series that it's kind of hard to keep it all straight, honestly. But hey, that's where you can come in. If there's anything I missed or don't quite remember, feel free to let me know in the comments. But I also want to let you have the floor in terms of theories as well. What do you think our heroes will discover in Sabertooth's library? Why do they want to bring Jalal along? After all, he only came for information on the White Witch as far as I know. What part will Jalal end up playing in all of this? And, as we get closer and closer to Ignia's plot, will more guilds get involved? I mean, is this the extent of Sabertooth's aid to Fairy Tail, or will it be something deeper? Let me know your thoughts, but also remember to subscribe. That way you don't miss out on the next video. But until then, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I hope to see you in the next one. Till then, bye-bye.